Well, I'm here with Janice from Berthas Mission. Janice, thank you so much for joining us. Tell me a little bit about what you guys do there at Bertha.
Okay, Berthas Mission is the local community kitchen here in Bedford, Indiana. And our mission is to feed those that are less fortunate. We like to think of our guests as guests. We think of Berthas Mission as the community kitchen, like home away from home.
So what are some of the ways that you've seen the coronavirus affect those that you serve, affect your guests?
Well, we know that it has affected a lot of people. We work with the schools that have been shut down, like the lunch programs. We see a lot of the schools calling us to prepare like 15 to 20 meals. We see the homeless population, that the men that are staying out in the woods. We've seen a lot of groups that are unemployed. We've seen a lot of groups that have lost like their hours of work, waiting on unemployment checks to come through. We've been able to supply some of their needs, and even to the point of supplying whole chickens to families, that they needed some food, grocery, the food boxes and all that.
So there's kind of a cool story there behind the whole chicken. So you were telling me about this earlier. You guys had a plan. When all of this hit, you had a plan, and God said, I've got a different plan.
Definitely.
Walk through just a little bit about how you guys have responded at Berthas Mission during this time.
Well, initially, we were planning on shutting down around the Easter. Our plan was to shut down around Easter time. But when the coronavirus came about, we thought, okay, well, this is an opportune time for us to go ahead and shut down early. But God said, no. And then, of course, my husband, he said, well, you know what? You have that drive-through window. Have you thought about maybe using that drive-through window? He said, don't shoot me. But, you thought about that? And I said, I gave him the little evil eye, like, don't you even think about it. But anyway, thought about it. And I said, well, let's try it. And on an average day, we were serving about 120 some meals a day.
And you were saying that, there were companies and places that were donating all of this food before COVID-19 hit. And you had no idea why you were getting all of this stuff. And then you realized, wow, God was stocking our storehouse.
Couldn't believe that. It was so amazing when I look back and see what God was he had a plan before we even knew what the plan was. What's been amazing is to see how the community has come together.
And that's one of the things that we've seen at Sherwood Oaks too, is that in a time where people could easily have a scarcity mentality, they've had an abundance mentality and have given so generously, so generously. Well, Janice, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for all that you are doing at Berthas Mission. We'll continue to pray for you, and are glad that we could come alongside of you during this.
Thank you. And if you get a chance, stop by the blessing boxes that are in the various locations here at Berthas Mission. If you have a can or two, drop a can or two off at the blessing box, because people do walk by the mission and they take cans out of there. So even when we're not open, people are being fed through the blessing boxes.
Wow. Oh, that's great. That's great.